Black Myth Wukong is the pinnacle of examples when displaying what happens when you prioritize your game over your profit. A perfect blend between Sekiro, Bloodborne, and God of War, I would say. I'm only on chapter 4 out of 6 of the game right now, with about a little over 40 hours of gameplay in, and I still have so much to complete aside from like all the side quests, the secret bosses, and everything else that comes with the game. The game is long, is basically what I'm saying. The game is long. Up until release, Black Myth looked like an amazing game, but we have very little information on it. I was under the impression that I was going to load up the game, be on rails with a couple small explorable sections like Outer Worlds or something, and that would finish the story within 20 hours. Boy, was I dead wrong. Secret rooms, secret bosses, secret items, side quests, massively explorable areas similar to Bloodborne in each chapter, in-depth lore, great characters, just everything is great. I spent 20 hours alone on chapter 2 trying to discover everything it had to offer, and that is just one chapter. In short, the game exceeded my expectations. Hell, it crushed them and danced on them afterwards. It was like ordering a mug on Amazon and realizing you got someone else's package, and when you open it, it's 3 solid gold bars. With all the YouTube videos, reviews, and articles praising the game and its success, I'm sure you're all well aware by now why the game is so great and why it is 100% winning game of the year this year. What I want to talk about is something I pride myself on speaking up on, because I feel so passionately that what I'm about to discuss is an absolute cancer infecting the game development space. Once again, we are talking about gaming devs and the greed that consumes them. A game like Genshin Impact is a light example of what happens when all you care about is money. Microtransactions endlessly plague the game to the point where it incentivizes gambling. This isn't the first company to do this. The result of this is a game's eventual and inevitable decline. When you develop a game, gamers only care about one thing: the game. The team at Game Science decided to do something smart. They took their financial game from their successful mobile games and used it efficiently to create a product that is not only great, but exceeds the expectations of all who awaited it. They used the money in the right ways, and every single game developer needs to realize this right now. Look at Black Myth's devs, and look at the numbers. Look at what happens when money isn't your driving factor. Look at what happens when your head isn't up your ass counting cash. 3 million concurrent players, 10 million units sold worldwide. It is the most played and purchased single player game of all time. That's what happens, devs. I'm not saying obviously that every game with passion put into it will be as successful as this one, but the point still stands on its own. Year after year, we see developers become nothing but mindless slimes trying to endlessly farm their fans for financial gain. This concept applies to everyday products as well. Companies will look at a spreadsheet, and if the numbers look good, then it must mean good business. Businesses are forgetting what it means to even be a business to begin with, and that's to create good products. If you create good products, you get good results. This goes for something a little bit more personal to me, like YouTube. You create good content, you get good results. You create bad content, and maybe by a stroke of luck it'll become a meme and you'll gain some form of success from it and results, but those results are temporary and do not set you up for a career or longevity. When a game releases and the focus is cash, motivations shift to how do I make this game amazing to how do I make money from each aspect of this game. Sure, you'll make a lot of money, but that comes at the sacrifice of not only ruining your reputation, but losing the trust of gamers, leading to less sales, constant hate online, and a game that people now will make fun of, a game that people will make fun of other people for playing, and possibly ruining the future lives of children by getting them addicted to gambling if that's what you guys are putting in your games. But hey, at least you made some money, right? Before gaming became a huge staple in pop culture like it is today, game developers cared about only one thing: the game. This corporatization of gaming ruins potential bangers at what cost? Bungie's employees create one of the most successful DLCs of the year, and they fired them for the reward. Did they ever think that maybe these developers could help with a future project or a future DLC, and that maybe these talented developers could generate more profits by creating even better products? No, they probably didn't. They looked at how much money they could pocket if they just cut a couple people loose. I sound like I'm glazing Black Myth Wukong, and I am because it absolutely deserves it right now. I would suggest not paying attention to the politics and general controversies that hang over this game's head. The developers did another thing right, refusing to entertain these notions. At the end of the day, the game is all that matters, if that is all that mattered to the developers who created it. The game is simply that, a video game. No agenda, no modern day isms, nothing. It is a game and should be judged on just that basis. Well, what comes next for the game? As for right now, we can assume the developers are probably celebrating. It's been reported that there are rumors floating around about a potential DLC to the game that could not only expand the narrative going forward, but add up to 40 to 50 hours of gameplay to the game. And depending on your skill level, this could easily translate to 70 or more. New transformations, new abilities, new areas to explore, everything you would hope for in a DLC for a game like this. I don't know about you, but when I saw this, if you haven't had the pleasure of playing Black Myth Wukong yet, I highly suggest you try it out. The reviews, player count, and world-breaking records speak for themselves on this one. Go into this game blind, and I guarantee you, you will not be disappointed and will probably have your expectations exceeded. As for all the negativity floating around this game and the politics I mentioned earlier, I don't feel as if it's really necessary to make any further discussion because that only feeds the beast even more. So I'd rather stick to the positive aspects. I mainly wanted to highlight today and display that this is what happens when you actually care about a game. And hey, maybe a indie developer will see this video and understand the message I'm trying to deliver here. You see studios with millions of dollars at their disposal creating crap games year after year and having the balls to say it's AAA. Let's not forget that quadruple A game that gamers just couldn't understand. Just imagine how huge the pair of nuts the person had when they said that this game is essentially the best game ever made. That's what a quadruple A game would entail. Like, am I wrong if it's like the first quadruple A game that would entail that it's like the best game ever? Like, bro, y'all are valued at $2.4 billion and you made a pirate game where your pirate ship has a stamina bar. Like, dude, what? Did you guys notice that Sea of Thieves exists, or that you guys have made a pirate game before? Or maybe, I don't know, ships don't get tired? Greed is the plague of humankind, period, and it saddens me to see that it's infecting gaming. However, this is why I make videos talking about it, so hopefully people can be more aware of it, so we can actively do something about it. And you might say, but Sauce, how do we do something like that? Simple. Stop buying bad games. GG, easy. Thank you for watching the video. If you've played Black Myth Wukong, whether you liked it or disliked it, let me know what you thought about it in the comments. I'd love to hear what others think about the game at this point. Anyway, I hope I earned your subscription today. Till next time, peace.